What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to FBA Capital. And today I'm bringing you guys another daily range breakdown on US 30. So let's get right into the video. First things first, I'm going to mark up the previous day's highs and lows. So the one that got ran was the previous day's high, as you can see right here. We have this high. What is this right here? Interesting. Okay. So we got the previous day high, not right there. We got the previous day's high right here. Then we got the previous day's low all the way down here. The previous day's high is the one that got ran through. And what does that tell us? Tells us that overall, since yesterday was also a bullish day that ran the previous day's high, we knew the likelihood of price running the previous day's high and continuing was going to be far more likely than unlikely. So we already kept that in consideration when understanding where I wanted to see the market go today. Next thing, I'm going to draw the 12 a.m. open, which is going to be right here. Then I'm going to get the Asian session range, which is from 18 o'clock all the way to midnight. I'm going to draw it down. It was a pretty small range, but nonetheless, it's still effective. Now that we have that, now we're going to get our big figure levels in and around this area. I just realized that this is not even US 30. This is Nas100, but nonetheless, they both had very similar moves. So let me see. Here's US 30. Here's Nas. Here's US 30. Here's Nas. So I guess we're going to do Nas today. It is what it is. They both move similar. I took a trade on both of them today, and I took L on both. So it is what it is. Nonetheless, let's just continue marking this up. Now I'm going to get the big figure levels. We have 15,000 right here. Going to make this red. We got 15,000. We got 14,900 right in here. I'm going to make this one brown. Not brown, black. Then we also have right up here, we have 15,200 that price didn't tap into. Keep this one red because that's another big figure level. Then down here we have 14,800. And I'm just going to leave these for right now. These are the main big figure levels that price is traded into. So right here at 14,800, this is the big figure level that price traded into when making the low of the day. Where do we make this low of the day? We made the low of the day after trading into this 15-minute bullish order block right here. So pull this all the way over. You can see that price traded into 14,800. So we traded into 14,800 big figure level plus the 15-minute bullish order block. At what time? This was during 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. we also had news. So that's something to keep in mind when looking for high probability reasons to get into trades. Why? Because we've seen that price came into this order block, was rejecting. And now if you take it a step further, you go from that previous day's low. You pull the fib from that previous day's low all the way to this high up here. Right here. Because this was the current high that price was in. The range price was currently in. You see that we also had this 38.20% rejection also. So we also had a 38.20% rejection on the fib long. So there was a lot of confirmations on why we would want to expect price to continue moving from this area. So keep in mind, this is also when we created the low of the day. So I'm going to put that right there. So we had the low of the day at 14,800 after tapping into a 15-minute order block at 10 a.m. and also having a 38.20% retracement on a fib long. So that is one thing that happened down here, and that ended up making the low of the day. I'm going to make this just a continuation fib, so these levels aren't going to matter. But look at the precision. It came into it, tapped into it from here. Price was overall moving bullishly. Where did it go? It ended up clearing this overall high above and then targeting the previous high once again, and then came right into 15,000, which is another big figure level that you would have likely wanted to take profits at. Why? Because this is a big figure level that is more than likely going to have a form of reaction. Even though in this case scenario, price didn't really react here, it did keep pushing through it, but at the end of the day, you never know if it's going to stay in this price. You never know if it was actually going to stay there. So when you see how we had the rejection, you easily could have had a rejection, then price wanted to come lower. You never know. So it's always about taking profit in areas that make logical sense. So overall today, as you can see, it was a bullish New York reversal. We made the low of the day during the New York session at the 10 a.m. when we had news. We got that volume to push in. We were also below the 12 a.m., which is another confirmation. Below the 12 a.m. open. which is another buy confirmation, below the 12 a.m. open at a big figure level at a high probability order block during a specific time of the day, trading in the same trend as yesterday's trend. This would have been a great trade if I would have seen all of these confirmations sooner. I was trying to catch this short here, which I ended up not being able to catch, and I was looking to go long around 14,900 before we cleared these lows, so I took that L. And same thing with US 30. US 30, I was looking to go short and around here, and then price ended up ranging, and I got stopped out at break even. So it is what it is. You can't win them all. So nonetheless, let's get the schematic down. So what overall happened today? Price had its Asian session range. From here, price came up, cleared the Asian session highs during the London session, came back down, retraced a little bit before coming down, clearing the Asian session lows, and then having the overall reversal on the trend, which is that London highs got cleared right over here. London highs got cleared. Asian session highs also got cleared right here during the London session. And then during that New York session, I had that push, overall switching the overall trend on today. So nonetheless, this was a nice little day. Nothing crazy happened. It was a pretty consolidating day. It didn't really move until later on in the afternoon, like probably 2 hours before Asian session. But if you would have held this all day long term, you could have potentially caught this. And even if you would have taken this step further and pulled that FEB from that low to this high, just like this, and would have just waited, you could have potentially looked to catch this overall retracement right here, where you could have got a possible re-entry where at 14,900 below the 12 a.m. candle, after retesting both the order block from before, tapped right into the order block, tapped right into this even smaller lower time frame 15-minute order block within the major order block. So, and you can see from here price then started to reject, so we're going to write those down too. We had a FEB long plus 15-minute order block. I'm going to just put X times 2 because it was 2 of them. And then we also had below the 12 a.m. open. So this would have been a very good opportunity for you to get a possible re-entry even after the fact that you could have missed the actual push right here, retracement. And then from here, prices push higher. So now what I want you guys to do is just make sure you get this screenshot. Make sure you understand what overall happened. And then we got this high of the day up here after we start consolidating. Not really much to analyze here. It's just consolidating, getting ready to more than likely have a pullback. But keep in mind that this week is NFP week, so it was going to be a little bit more volatile. Price action might not be as clean. But nonetheless, just make sure you manage your risk, follow your system, and stay disciplined and stay consistent. And that's really it. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you stay motivated by the fear of being average. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for our live stream session. So everyone be safe, and I'll see you in the morning.